I'm not even going to pretend to act like I know what they're talking about. So you're going to have to wait till it comes on HBO. Now, right now, it's 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Sergey Kovalev, our WBO, IBF, and WBA Super World Champion at light heavyweight, defeated Issac Chilemba. What's Issac Chilemba's record? 24-3-2 with only 10 KOs. That's important. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. Most notable fights for Chilemba was against Eleider Alvarez, who he lost to. Eleider Alvarez is going to be taking on Chad Dawson. He is also the #1 contender for Adonis Stevenson's WBC title at 175 pounds. He's had 2 fights with Tony Bellew, who is now the Cruiserweight WBC champion. He's had a fight with Edison Miranda when Edison Miranda just was basically, he shouldn't have been fighting anymore. And Vasily Lipichin, I forgot how to pronounce his name, but it was a very boring fight on HBO last year in which he pretty much got a big upset win over a young prospect. So it's not like Chilemba was an unknown fighter. It's just that if the Ward fight in November wasn't guaranteed, it's signed and sealed in November. I believe the date is November the 19th. You're going to have Andre Ward versus, or Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward. It's official. All Andre Ward has to do is beat his opponent, Alexander Brand. But we're going to talk about that later. The point I'm trying to make is, my biggest beef was with the fight is that when it first got made, Issac Chilemba was not ranked. But then Nicole Duva, the daughter of the promoter of Sergey Kovalev, Kathy Duva, she went to make things clear to say, hold up, the reason why Chilemba's not ranked is because he was fighting for a title for another organization. So basically how he got this title shot against Kovalev was because of the IBF route. He was ranked by the IBF. But what happens is when you fight for a WBC silver title or, a world championship, they take you out of the rankings of the other sanctioning bodies, or the other sanctioning bodies take you out of the rankings. So basically, main events, they knew that Chilemba will be ranked again. So they said, okay, well, let's make this fight. And it's going to do big because it's going to be in Russia. So, they pretty much already had their money backed up. But a lot of fans were wondering, well, why won't he fight Adonis Stevenson? Listen, the Adonis Stevenson part is very, very complex. But we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. Let me get the fight out of the way. Listen, the key to beat Sergey Kovalev, in my opinion, for Andre Ward, if he beats Alexander Brand, is his inside game, his clinch game, and his punching on the inside. He's going to have to do a lot of tying up and twisting and turning Sergey Kovalev, because Issac Chilemba, the first 6 rounds, was having Sergey Kovalev looking real vulnerable. For example, during this fight, watch it when you get a chance, Sergey Kovalev could not stop the jab. The jab, he could not stop it of Chilemba's. It was at one point in time, Sergey Kovalev was just getting so frustrated that he was getting hit coming on the inside because Chilemba only has 10 knockouts. He's not a guy, and you can see during the fight that, if only Chilemba was a guy that had some more power, the fight could have been, a lot different, because Kovalev just was not respecting anything that he was throwing, to the point where Chilemba had to do a lot of moving, but also had to use the angles, and sometimes, dipping low. But what we learned is that Kovalev, you got to try to beat him with the jab, and also you got to make him uncomfortable. And it's some sumo wrestling or some shit on, watching this Russian fucking network, whatever the fuck this shit is. Let me turn this shit off. It's fucking distracting me. But I'll put it this way. After watching this fight, I feel Andre Ward has a strong chance to beat Sergey Kovalev. But I'm not quite sure yet. Is because, put it this way, Andre Ward is a very intelligent, smart, savvy boxer. He can fight on the inside and on the outside. But I'm wondering how he'll be able to deal with that power. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how he'll be able to deal with that power. So truth be told, it's like this. I'm going 55-45 for Andre Ward. That's how close the fight is to me. You know, I think Andre Ward's going to pull it off, but yet, you know, Sergey Kovalev, even though he hasn't been fighting, you know, what fans would consider top-level competition, but what's top-level competition at 175 when literally everybody you've been trying to fight, you know, is either on the other side as far as networks are concerned, or the 175-pound division is just not deep. The 175-pound division is just not that deep. You know, and let's talk about this, why he's not fighting Adonis Stevenson. I completely put the blame on HBO and his promoters' main events. Because, see, here's what happened. The WBC did something they never did before. They made the winner of Kovalev versus Pascal 1 the mandatory for Adonis Stevenson WBC title. So I believe they made up some belt, the WBC Diamond or some old shit like that. And what happened was there was supposed to be a purse bid last year. Like it was before Adonis Stevenson. No, it was after Adonis Stevenson fought Saki Obika. I believe it was even in April or July. I don't remember. But the WBC had a purse bid for Kovalev versus Stevenson, you know, to try to back Stevenson into a corner to fight Kovalev. And guess what? The main events, the promoter of Kovalev pulled him out of the purse bid. Why? Because their money wasn't long enough. And what happened was, if Kovalev, okay, put it this way, if Kovalev's side would have lost the purse bid, then Kovalev versus Stevenson would have likely been on Showtime, you know, pay-per-view, or on, you know, PBC, and therefore it would have been like a breach of Sergey Kovalev's contract. You know, it's the way it happened is some bullshit. So it's like this. I can't really say that it's Adonis Stevenson's fault 100%, because when it came to, you know, the fight being forced to be being made, you know, they dropped out because of financial reasons. But one thing I can say about Adonis Stevenson's side is, you know, the guy's fighting on Spike TV against these no-name fighters that nobody really knows, you know, or cares about. I'm not trying to disrespect Thomas Top Dog Williams, but what I'm saying is Adonis Stevenson at this point in time in his career should be fighting big names. For example, look at the last guys he's fought. You know, he's going to fight this Top Dog Williams guy, fucking Tommy Karpinski, Saki Obika, Dmitry Sahutsky, you know, and I forgot who else. You know, so it's about time. Oh, and Funfara. But, you know, at that point in time, people was pissed at the Funfara fight. But at this point in time, it's looking like the Kovalev-Stevenson fight will literally never happen. And one of the reasons is because Stevenson won't come over to Showtime and to HBO, or they're not allowing him to come over, you know, to HBO, even though we've seen numerous Al Heyman fighters fight on HBO. But hey, you know, and HBO is under new management, but hey, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, when you get a chance to check out this fight, go check it out, because the first half was pretty interesting. I can honestly say, from my opinion, you can, you know, it could be, you know, 4-2 for Kovalev. I had it 3-3, you know, depending on how you score fights. But once that knockdown happened in the 7th, Chilemba's game plan just, you know, Kovalev didn't respect him. He just started walking through him. And that's why I say, you know, if he had some more power, he would have really had a good chance. But I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. All the links to my social media right down below in the description box. I am launching a full-fledged boxing and mixed martial arts website, but basically, you know, we're going to start off with boxing, and very professional, so you won't even know it's owned by me. That's how professional that shit's going to be. But anyway, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box.